Well, I had a text message from Brian yesterday telling me that there was something coming UPS and to watch for it. Well, I just heard the roar of the mighty UPS truck. I walked out to the drop box, and there is this box, which is extremely heavy. And it's got the ordnance markings on it. Well, we got a little bit of everything here. First, well, there is a note. Huh. Okay, it's got some 30-06 in here that are tracers, which must be these things. But these are for a grand, and I don't actually have one, one of these, but this is, I got the M1A, which uses a magazine, but I wish I would have bought one back when they were available, and it's one of the few guns that I'm kind of looking for. That would be nice to have. All right. Huh. Well, these are evidently some kind of tracer. 9mm. Well, it says non-incendiary. It's just red visual ammo. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see what they look like. But actually, this looks like there's something, like fluorescent on the backside. Those short green range 22, which do work fine in some 9mm Makarov S&B. No. Okay, and they're steel cased, which, like I said, is what I use in winter because I can't reload them. I didn't actually know they made them. The only ones I've ever had trouble with are those aluminum case blazers. I don't know what the deal with them was, but half of them didn't go off. They got Fiochi. So what kind of a crap they use? Oh yeah, they look, well, okay. Because normally what I'm reloading are the PPU ones. And they have a very similar crimp. Because some of the surplus ammo doesn't actually have a crimp, it's more of a taper. But these actually crimp them down. PPU really crimps them down. S&B not so much. They don't need to be that much. Though, I think I do have some brass of this that I have reloaded because the S&B has got that little ridge in there where the bullet sits on. I've got a different way of putting that, making a shelf for the bullet to sit on. But I'm sure I can reload either one of these. But I think the majority that I have is PPU. I think that's the most common. I don't know what these would be. I think I have seen both Tokarov and Makarov. Well, these are Makarov. And I think they are Chinese. But that's good. And they're plenty snappy. There's a whole bunch of boxes of them. Yeah, I think he sent some of them before. But I think he sent some Tokra one time too. Here's some more of that visual. Oh, this is 45. For indoor range use and nighttime shooting. Yeah, that's a new one to me. But these are 9mm, 147 grain. These are 45, 230 grain. Oh, this is different too. This is Winchester double-aught buck. This is that. Oh yeah. PDX-1. Well, that's different. Well, I'll throw a box of them in the M37 here. I carry that short 12 gauge in there, and we're good in there. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, they work perfectly fine in that 12 gauge. I tend to use them little short ones in there because they you can get a pile of them in there, but you know, really don't need to put that many in there. Most of the time you got a situation that's resolved rather quickly. And these 45, these are 9mm again, of that visual streak. Now let's see what that works out like. And these are 45. So 2 boxes of each. Well, that'll be interesting. But I don't know how. Well, actually, like the 45 is moving slow enough. If there's a red dot out there, you can follow it. More of the little Makarov. These are, I'm pretty sure they're Chinese, but they're a good little bullet. Except that they're full metal jacket, you know, and it's sometimes, well, it doesn't matter so much with the Makarov. It's just got so much snap to it anyway. It really goes through anything. But I've kind of, on the Gaunt, I've kind of taken to using the hollow points. I kind of like them. For plinking around, it's the cast bullets are fine, or I do have some solid for that too, some jacketed. But I tend to prefer those hollow points. And these have got to be what he was calling tracers, but he said he had a pretty high failure rate with them. But, you know, they look like they're pretty old. But I know people who have a 30-06 and will give one a try. Be interesting to see if they work. But I mean, he sent me some of these clips before, you know, the end block, but it's one of them guns, one of the few guns that I would like to find. You know, I pretty much got everything I need. Well, they're more than I need, but there aren't very many that I'm, you know, lusting after, because you get that, you know, well, like years ago, I mean, I was lusting after a Thompson. Well, I got a Thompson. I was lusting after M1A. I got an M1A. Then I wanted a 45. Well, I got 45s. I got 2 of them. So, you know, eventually, you get what you want. Just takes time. That's a pile of Nagant. And I just tumbled a bunch of Nagant brass that I'm going to start reloading. I got a pile to reload of various calibers. So it's nice to do a bunch of one kind at a time. But first I got to get the 35 Remington loaded. Then I'm going to do some 308. And I should reload some shotgun shells, because We got to go hunting one of these days. Well, these will be the puzzler. Well, and those visible ones too. It'll be interesting to see how they work. Like I say, on a 45, especially like in a Thompson, if you're shooting like a couple hundred yards, you can follow that bullet right to the, because you can dart or do it without a tracer. You know, you can kind of see the bullet going. 45 don't go that fast. But the 9mm, that'd be a little trickier. But I could see maybe for indoor range where the lighting isn't as good, but out in the sunlight, I don't know that. I think it'd just be boom, gone. But thanks to Brian, that is a load of ammunition. And some stuff I can really use too. And some stuff that'll be interesting to try. Like I say, this visual streak stuff. You know, I should take a look at one of them and see what. I actually had never heard of them before. But they would be, oh, I got a tricky box. Interesting to try in the Thompson. Yeah. This says Ammo ink on the brass. So I don't know. Well, I've got so much different 45. I got, you know, I use, the only thing, well, yeah, I think these are the big primer though. Yeah. That's the only thing on 45 auto. I've always got to sort out, you know, small primers, big primers. They have the both. And you cannot interchange them. But I can easily switch, you know, on the reloader to do the different size primers, but I got to run a bunch of them at a time. You know, I kind of prefer the big primers. Just seems to make more sense to me, but the little ones work. But I tend to use the little ones in situations where I'm afraid of recovering, like saying with the Thompson. Though the Thompson is pretty good about throwing them in one small area. I can usually recover most of them, you know, unless you're moving the gun around a lot. But if you're shooting at a target, they all land within like a 2-foot circle. You know, they're real consistent. Not like that 351, which will throw them all over the place. But thanks to Brian. And I had somebody, I think it was, you know, this will go on the Ghost channel because ammunition, if I put it in the other one, this would be a problem. But I had somebody make a comment on the main channel. Well, I'm not doing gun videos on that channel. You know, or he doesn't evidently know that there's the other channel, though I have repeatedly mentioned it. But if there's anything to do with reloading or guns or ammunition, it's got to go on this channel, the Ghost channel, because the way YouTube is, you know, I just, after getting a channel strike for a stupid thing the one time, you know, they could take a guy's channel down really quick, and I've just got too many videos on it that take a chance of losing that channel altogether. So I put stuff on the Ghost channel that I can't monetize anyway, you know, and the gun stuff will go on there. But they're getting kind of funny. I noticed that one day they're realizing that they're missing out on a lot of revenue by demonetizing all these videos, because it isn't really, you know, they claim it's, well, the advertisers don't want to advertise on those videos. They don't, the advertisers really don't care. They just want eyeballs. You know, it doesn't matter what the video is if it draws in views. You know, that's all they are concerned about. The attitude problem comes from YouTube itself, from Google. It's their people that cause the attitude problem. And they realize they were losing a lot of money that way, so now they're kind of backing off on some of their, you know, if you get that yellow dollar sign, I noticed that some of them now, though they're technically demonetized because it's not appropriate for all advertisers or some nonsense, but like I say, they really don't care. I see they're kind of backing off on that, and some of the videos that were never making money before I've started to make a little money. So, that's a good sign, but you can't trust Google at all. They can, like I said, I could easily get 3 channel strikes and they'd shut down the channel right now on the main channel, or even on this channel. They change the rules as they go along. Because even, ammunition, horrible thing, because they do that even with the reloading stuff and anything like that. You cannot count on them. And I have such a wide range of interests rather than dump everything on one channel and then if it goes down, lose all of it. I put the stuff I can't monetize or the riskier stuff on the Ghost channel, and, this is risky. In their eyes, not in mine, and not in the advertisers, but in Google's eyes, that's risky.